Hey guys, welcome to another day of Hello World. Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you had a beautiful day. Today is traditionally the day off where we consider Saturdays a day off, guys. So tell me, how was it? Hey Shamrock, how are you? Welcome. Um, so yeah, traditionally today is the day off, and we work so hard during the week and look forward to Saturday when really every day can be like Saturday. We have time off from work and then we can still enjoy things, right? It's not like on a Saturday you're getting up and you're doing anything like less than what you would normally do. So I think every day can be like the weekend. Getting better, but things are still blurry. Girl, make sure you keep on taking your antibiotics. Um, did you do your live? Because I heard across the different um chats that you were trying to hide, and I don't think you should hide. Oh, okay, good, 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 good. I have to definitely go on your channel to check that out. So, how is everyone's day outside of the fact that today was Saturday, where we usually try to pack in all of the fun? Um, you know, I personally believe we should pack in the fun every single day because you never know when the last day will be for you or for someone else. Yeah, exactly. You can't hide. You cannot hide. Um, So yes, today I had a decent day. I woke up the crack of dawn, um, and of course, my first trip was to the gym. I went to the gym and I got there like 7:30, and I was up around the end of 6. So I was trying my best to get there for 7. Then I was like, why am I killing myself to get there at 7 for what? But I got there like 7:30. I didn't automatically start working out. I started stretching and doing everything. And then when I was trying to get a few of the weights, this is what happened. Yep. I daggone there ripped all of the skin off. So I was grabbing the weight and I didn't have my gloves on. Yeah, I didn't have my gloves on. And I felt like I felt the skin ripping. Like I was just like, oh my goodness. And then I was like, well, I hope it's not deep. And it pretty much was. So, that was messing with my mind throughout the whole workout, but I still killed it anyway. So today I did arms. So pretty much I had a 15-pound bar dumbbell here and a 15-pound dumbbell here. Now imagine standing up with these things and then going like this 10 times and then switching arms. Now 15 pounds may not seem a lot, but try to extend your hand with a 15-pound dumbbell and not have the same support in the other hand. I guess that helps right here. I guess I don't know, but I learned that from one of the classes. It's called Afterburn. I learned that from there because the trainer, she was trying to I think she was just trying to personally kill me, um and the rest of us, because the first class that I took, she was like, you're barely sweating. I was like, no. And she's like, really? And she was like, these weights are too light for you. So she started giving me the heaviest stuff. And I was just like, but I loved it. I loved the challenge. So again, I guess I told you guys I'm probably gonna try to join that class. I'll see though. Um, so today I was doing what she taught us, and then there's this ring, and on both sides is just a pole looking thing, right? And basically it's for squats. And I put 25 pounds on each side, and the iron bar itself is about 40 pounds, I guess, maybe less. Maybe the iron bar is 20 pounds. I don't know. I never weighed it, But I do know when I was lifting it, you have to keep your back straight and your butt all the way out as much as possible so that you're not hurting your knees. So all the weight goes to your upper thighs. And that's what you use. You can use that's like a free weight for squatting. So I did a couple rounds of those. I did a couple rounds of these. And then another member came up to me and she's like, then she was showing me how she was pushing the sled. Don't they all try? Yes, they do. And I love it because I love to prove to them that they can't kill me. But another member came up to me and she was showing me how she was pushing the sled with two 45-pound weights on the thing. And I was like, I'm so proud of her. And then she kind of joined me in my exercises. I took another, what do you call it? A kettlebell. I had a 25-pound kettlebell, and that's pretty heavy. So I saw this on Instagram where you pretty much are standing and opposite leg, opposite arm, right? And I pulled the kettlebell this way, up that way, and then twist. I did maybe 20 of those because it was heavy. Like that 25-pound is heavy when you're doing it with one arm. So I enjoyed that. And then I was teaching her that. I gave her, I think it was like a 10-pound or 15-pound weight because she she knows her limits and she's just trying to start, gaining a little bit more mobility. So we took it easy, and then she never stretches. And I used to be the same way too. So I had her teaching her how to stretch properly. And of course, I'm not a personal trainer, nor do I technically know how to stretch. But I do know from what I've been learning, to stretch, you have to like really force that leg out and force the arms out and stuff like that. So she was like, wow, thank you. And then she went to a class. And when she was leaving the class, she's like, wow, that the stretching really helped me during this class. And I was like, yay. So it was cool. It was really cool to, inspire her. And it was nice to have company because I was there by myself. I didn't see the usual people that I see on Saturday mornings there. So it was cool to have company. I can't even lift a gallon of milk. Yes, you can. You'd be surprised what you can do if you only just try. I did not think that I could do there was something that they were trying to get me to do and I didn't think I could do it. Oh yes, it was what was I saying that I can't do it? There was something that they would tell that they wanted me to try and I was like, nope, I can't do it. I didn't even try it. I just said nope. And then eventually I just said, I ain't no punk in my head. I was like, I ain't no punk. Shoot. And then I just did it. And they was like, see, I told you you could do it. And I was like, mm-hmm. So that was funny. But today's topic is called sacrifice. And what are you guys willing to sacrifice? I tell you what, um, so I would prefer to be in the gym than to pretty much do other things, right? And so one of my relatives was texting me, wanting me to go to the movies, and I was just like, I'm not really interested in that particular movie. I saw Endgame. I wasn't 100%. Oh, I'm sorry. There's nothing that you can do to build it back up. Um, so yeah, so I didn't really want to go see Endgame, but I was like, you know what? Let me put what I want aside and just do this. So I went. And Endgame, if you haven't seen Endgame, I think it's a pretty good it's a good movie. It's not a pretty good. It's a good movie for many reasons that maybe a lot of people do not see. So, in my opinion, Endgame was really deep. Okay, got to get the blood flow. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what you have to do, young lady. Well, I'm not calling you young, but you know what you got to do, girl. Just go ahead and do that. and get that flowing so that this conversation that we just had won't happen anymore because you got this, son. But yeah, Endgame was a very good game. Not a good game. It was a very good movie. If you don't pay attention closely, then you will miss a lot of it. And I guess I got my topic from watching that movie because there was a lot of sacrifice in that movie for the betterment of humanity, specifically. And that brings me to what are you willing to sacrifice? And I touched on this the other day about how I saw a young man sacrificed his life to save his high school classmates from two gunmen. And, unfortunately, he lost his life, but he didn't think twice. He just did what he had to do. He protected the people that he knew. And I'm sure, that left a deep hole in his parents' heart. But it's a personal thing that we all have to, someday decide to do or not do. Um, and sacrifice doesn't mean that you have to always ultimately give up your life. Sacrifice, like today, I sacrificed what I wanted for someone else, and they had such a wonderful time. And you know, I'm just glad that I just bit my own desires and went. That's sacrifice, guys. A lot of times we probably don't do things that we want to do because we know that it's going to make somebody feel better or feel good. That's sacrifice, and that's very noble to do. You guys, perfect example, another example, you guys sacrifice your time to spend a little bit with me. I think that's noble because who am I? I'm just Joy, who just comes on here to hello world, where we talk about everything and anything, just to like reach a few people, maybe reach more in the future, but just because I have a desire and a challenge within myself to convince our beautiful world that it is beautiful. Because we've been taught to believe that there's only some parts of our world that's beautiful and we don't appreciate everything. Maybe life struggles have taught us to think that life is not beautiful, but it is. It simply is. It simply the is. You know, I know I tell you guys I don't have bad days, too many bad days anymore, which is very true. But I do have irritants from time to time. But when I think about the overall picture, it's not so bad. Aw. Aw, thank you. I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, like it's the sacrifices that we do. Now sometimes you don't even realize you're sacrificing, but you just do it anyway. Like, let's say parents, you sacrifice the rest of your life because you're stuck with that kid until they're like 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. It doesn't matter. You were stuck with that kid forever. I remember a former friend of mine was like, I'm glad that I had my kids early because by the time I'm this age, they'll be that age and they'll be wanting to leave the house. And I'm like, okay. In my head, realistically, I'm like, no, you're not, because I'm a child and I know exactly how it is to be a kid, to be someone's child. So we're never going anywhere. We're that little crutch that's stuck right here on your hip. and we never go anywhere. I mean, sometimes we end up going to our own families and having our own families and stuff like that. But still, it's still your kid. And then the cycle continues when we have our kids and so forth and so forth and so forth. But never going anywhere. But from the moment of conception to the moment of that birth, your life is changed. I was about to say your life is done, but it's changed. All of that I is no longer I, it's we and us forever. So yes, that is a personal sacrifice. And I'm grateful for a lot of parents who do it willingly and lovingly and not begrudgingly. What are you willing to sacrifice? So after we went to the movies, and it was so nice. I didn't want to immediately just go back inside. So I went to the park and I saw another relative and their child. They were going to, I guess, they were taking him out for a little bit, just to get him out. He's 3 years old and he's such a great kid. I've never met a 3-year old that good. I mean, I'm not around him 100%, but for him to be able to sit in one place for hours on end and not like really complain too much as a 3-year old, I think that's amazing. So, yes, I saw them and I could have easily just continued on with my thing and just, sit in my bench and, hopefully whatever. But I said, you know what? Let me get up and say hi. So I sacrificed the potential of losing my bench under the shade to go and say hello all the way across the parking lot. And, I stood there, talked to them for a little bit. And when I was done, I still had my little bench, but I also just was able to look at the scenery and just be like, wow, this is a beautiful day. It's warm, not 100% as warm as I would have appreciated, but it was warm. The sun was out, no rain. 11 and 13 and don't sit that long. Oh, yeah. I don't remember being that age, but I know I can only imagine. Mm. Congratulations. But it's a sacrifice, and they may not appreciate it now, but when they get older, or once, you know what, not get older, once they mature enough to really look around and understand what their mother and father are doing for them, then they'll know that you guys really do love them and you sacrifice for them. And it's okay to tell them, you know, I do this thing for you. It's okay. Because when you're that age, okay, let me see this. When you're in that maturity range, you might not really necessarily understand what it takes to run a household. So, putting it to them gently and letting them be aware of the sacrifice might actually make them want to help and do for themselves and do for you. Hi. Welcome, guys. Cake OG. Oh, I don't hate them. Hey, Tensi. Hey, Clowny. Um, this is a Tensi. We try to keep it a little. We trying to keep it a little PG here. Um, so yeah, I definitely think that sacrifice is something that we all should experience and do. And I think that what you guys do on a daily basis, I'm not going to allow that to deter me from what we're doing right now because it's very important. Um, Guys, this is a chat about everything and anything, but let's be respectful. As I would respect you, respect the channel, and respect the fact that we're trying to grow as a community and be better. So if you can add to growth and be a better, optimal you, then that's the best thing you can do. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice a little bit of the back chatter just to be funny so that you can actually listen and maybe learn something? Are you willing to sacrifice your pride for that? Hey monkeys. What are you guys willing to do to sacrifice? Just sacrifice anything. I think a lot of times people are so prideful that they are not willing to do anything for anyone else. Why is that? I have no idea. Because once you let go of pride, then you honestly are, in essence, wanting to be free, and you will be free. So, what are you willing to sacrifice? Hmm? Think about it. What did you do today that was sacrificial? Tell me. Just being real serious. Just think about yourself and think about what have you been willing to do to sacrifice today to for the betterment of someone else. Think about it. How many times have you seen somebody who may have been down, but you were busy doing something for yourself and you just decided to take a few moments of your time to help someone else? What are you willing to sacrifice? I'm not, I'm not going to allow I'm not going to allow anything to divert what's going on. You know what I mean? Because in the long run, if I take any of my energy and put it into something that really doesn't edify anything, then that's taken away from the essence of our talk. So, what are you willing to sacrifice? I'm willing to sacrifice me looking at the camera and not at the chat because some of you guys are just not really talking about anything. Because if you're not adding to the enhancement of this conversation, then really it's not worth anything. So I'm going to continue to say, what are you willing to sacrifice for the betterment of someone else? What are you willing to do? Seriously, think about it. Have any of you have any of you who are just in the chat just playing around, have you guys ever thought about doing uh, a vision board? Do you even know what a vision board is? Have you given yourself the opportunity to better yourself? Do you have goals that will help not only yourself, but someone else? Think about it. Think about it. I am, I think I'm a living sacrifice to a degree because I try to do as much as possible for others, especially when I see a need, especially when I see a need. problem. You don't have to apologize, but what you can do is just focus on what we're talking about because there's always going to be distractions in this world, right? There's always distractions in this world, but it's what you do. Will you allow a distraction to deter you from being a better you? See, I could easily allow anything to distract me because these are visible distractions, but imagine the distractions that happen behind the scenes on a daily basis. The distractions of you can't do this, or of doubt, fear. Those are distractions. Imagine if you allow distractions like of any kind to bother you. There's some times that we will not um, you know, be the distraction and then we'll just react instead of thinking. But then there's other times where you do need to say something or do something to get away from distractions. But that's a sacrifice that you should be willing to take and stand by it. Because no matter what, we all can be effective, even with the winds and the tornadoes blowing around. You still can be effective. It's that your voice is louder than distractions. You always remember that your voice will always be louder than distractions. It's just how are you speaking? What are you speaking? When will you be willing to speak? It's not so much how loud you speak, it's what you say. And if it's what you say that can hit the very marrow of another being in a positive way, then that's a sacrifice. I recommend you all watching Endgame. Definitely watch the Endgame movie. And not just look at it as a movie. Watch every aspect of it. Just watch it and recognize what's going on in it. I think it's amazing that there's so many people here and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do because no matter what is going on, you're hearing this. And whatever needs to sink in will sink in. You'll know. So what are you guys willing to sacrifice? And there's another thing too. Don't be the kind of person that is just going to try to ruin things for everyone else. Because when you do, what does that make you? Doesn't make you a good person. Doesn't make you a bad person. But what it does make you is a person that really is lonely and hurting because you are crying for so much attention. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Um, Axalum, what are you wanting to talk about? Because if it's really not about anything positive, then I'm not going to answer the phone. And I will tell you that. And I'm definitely won't. So you can tell me here in the chat what it is that you want to talk about. And if it is something positive, then I'll be more than happy to take your call. But until then, I won't. Because what we're talking about is sacrifice and how important it is. Oh, okay. So call back and I'll answer. I'll definitely answer for that. But if the conversation goes left, then, I'll just disconnect the call. So yeah, I'll definitely answer for that. Okay, no problem. And shout out to everybody who is in the chat who is taking this chat seriously because I don't come on Hello World to just talk about anything without us actually doing something. Hello? So it's not just about sitting here talking about anything and just for you not to do something about it. Um so yeah, you guys are playing games, and that's okay. You can play games all you want, but it's not going to deter me from the point of Hello World. Because Hello World is all about doing stuff to make life a little better or easier for the people that really need it, including myself. Um, so they really weren't talking about anything. So that, it's okay. I told you I'm not here for the games. So if you guys want to play games, then that's okay. But really it's not gonna phase me. It's not gonna phase me at all because I'm willing to sacrifice not so nice conversations for the betterment of people who are actually watching and actually learning something and actually wanting to apply something better for their lives. So, again, I'm just going to let you guys go ahead and ramble on to yourselves, which is fine. And I'm going to sacrifice my pride and just keep on going. Because at the end of the day, what is life if I can't be an example for people, right? See, years ago, I might have been the type of person to like get mad and just end my chat because you guys want to play games and stuff like that. But that doesn't phase me anymore because all you're doing is fueling me with the desire to go more and to go harder and to be better. So I hope that a little piece of me can rub off on you in a good way. So, what are you guys willing to sacrifice? Tell me, what are you willing to sacrifice for the betterment of society, for the betterment of people? What are you willing to do? And like I was saying before, I'm not on here just to entertain, not at all. Because if I was on here just to entertain and not apply the things that we talk about collectively who really are serious about what we're talking about, if I don't apply it, then what's the point of talking about it? I want you guys to challenge yourself to sacrifice a little bit of your time for someone else. Because you know what? We're all selfish in some ways, and selfishness does not get us far. What selfishness does is keep us separated. And our world is dying for togetherness, right? And you guys say that you want a better world, right? You always saying that you want things to be great, right? You want things to be great. Then this conversation that we're having, you need to apply it to your life. Sacrifice something that you might not necessarily want to do for someone else. If you really are truly wanting to know what Be the Difference is all about and joy and hello world, then go down in the description below. Hit the shop my merch just to learn about the company. So you'll see I'm not playing games about our world being better because I truly believe it. Whether you believe it or not, it's okay. But I will convince you. By the end of this conversation, you will be convinced that little fire inside of you will be ablaze. Oh, trust and believe. I'm that effective. And so are you. Are you willing to really, really, really do what you have to do to make this world better, right? I don't want to hear any more crying about, oh, this and that, da 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 da. Stop crying about stuff. Be something positive. Be the change, right? Everybody's always saying, be the change that you want the next person to see. Why do we have to be? We are the change. We are. Put that into activation. We are what we want. You want, and another thing too, while I still have some of you here, remind yourself that money is not as valuable as they've taught us to think. What is valuable is the time. So when people want to waste time and play games on chats, they're only losing what life is really meant to be about. And if you waste time, you never get that back. And if you can never get back time ever again, then how is money that more valuable? You can never take back the experience that we're having at this very moment. Oh, the chat got a little too heavy because I wasn't playing back, right? They restricted the call. Oh, yeah, for sure. Because when distractions come about, people may be shooting things at you, but they're listening here and here. Not here, but their heart gets stirred. And you either stay in or you leave. So that's the choice that we all make. And I absolutely am 100% sure that once enough people become serious about really understanding what life is truly meant to be and how we should truly live and be with each other, you won't have people doing stuff like that or trying. Not on this watch. Distractions come every day in subtle ways, sometimes in ways like that. But you have to notice when something is a distraction versus when it's real. How you handle situations is purely dependent on how distractions can overwhelm you. So, guys, what are you willing to do to sacrifice for the betterment of your people, us, society, humanity? What are you willing to do? I challenge you all to never stop, never quit being the best that you can be. Because when you are at your optimal, sacrificing no longer seems like a sacrifice. It just seems like this is what I'm supposed to do. And when you do what you're supposed to do, it doesn't feel draggish. It doesn't feel like a heavy weight. Oh, no problem. No, he did not, Zed. No. It was an automated call. It was nothing. So, um, it was nothing that was like that, nothing disrespectful like that, but it's just like, don't waste my time. You say you want to talk about something positive and then you just be an automated call. It's just like, come on, stop playing games? So it is what it is, guys. You're going to either be distracted or become bigger than your distractions and overpower your distractions and be the best person you can be, because that's what life is supposed to be about, being the best you can be. And when you're doing what you can to be the best you can be, everyone else will fall in line. Don't feel sorry. Don't feel sad or sorry about what happened a few minutes ago. Don't feel bad about that, because it only shows you how far we still have yet to go. It's not too bad. Life is always going to be amazing. Life is always going to be beautiful. But it takes time for you to realize this. Are you willing to take that time to do what you have to do to be your best? What are you willing to do to sacrifice for the betterment of your people, society, human nature, not just your family, okay? Let's take family, people that you know out of the equation. You see somebody crying, are you going to sacrifice your time to go see what they're crying about to help them? If you see someone needing a ride or running in the rain, you may not want to pull over, but you kind of can survey what's going on and see if it's worth pulling over, or if they're safe enough to pull over and say, hey, you need a ride, or maybe offer them shelter. I don't know. Are you willing to give somebody that last dollar you have in order for them to just get a little wet somewhere better? Because by you giving, you have no idea what's in store for you. Something bigger, better. You have no idea. It's not always necessarily monetarily, but you'll definitely be taken care of. So what are you willing to sacrifice? When you let pride fall, all things are possible. But are you willing to let it fall? Are you ready for peace in your life? True peace? Are you willing to turn off distractions just to be a better you in order to help others? What are you willing to do? In the end, it goes back to your legacy. What will you be remembered for doing or being or who you are? Are you going to be just the people in the crowd or the people that move the crowd? Let's all be those people that help move the crowd in a better way. We are the difference, guys. We are. We're no longer going to do anything. We are. We are the difference. We are the ones that are doing the necessary things to help ourselves first so that we can better help others. We are helping our families. We are helping society. We are becoming aware of who we truly are and what we're purposed to be. We are absolutely realizing that time is the most valuable commodity in life. Without understanding time, you will not value much of anything else. Trust me. Because if you value time, then you'll value the dollar that you make. If you value the dollar that you make, then you'll use it spending time in a proper way, meaning helping yourself, helping your family, helping others. That's what money is made for. Welcome to Notch. I'm sorry if I messed up your name, but thanks for coming in the chat. I hope you are maybe learning something and applying it. That's the most important thing. Just apply it. Time, you never get that back. You can always make money back, but you can never get time back. So if you know you can't get time back, how come that's not more valuable than money? You spend your time in better. Just spend your time better. Put aside time to focus on your vision boards, right? Because when you do your vision board, I spoke at a women's retreat, a women's empowerment lunch, and we talked about vision boards. One woman bought a onesie from me and she was expecting. I met her the year before at the women's brunch. I said, "Oh, really?" And then she said, my vision board last year was a picture of a family and a baby. By God, see, that vision board works. A year ago, she wanted to have a baby, and boom, this year she's having a baby. Vision boards do work. You don't believe me? Just try it. You don't have to believe me. I challenge you to do it yourself. You guys always want, I'm not saying you guys, we all always want answers to questions and tools to getting this, that, and the other, but giving it to you now. You want a better future? Start writing it down. Look at it. Meditate over it. You want better health? Look at it. Look at what you need better health in. And guaranteed the doors that's going to help you get better health will start opening. It's up to you to pay attention. You want a family? Look at your vision board. Start being aware of people or a person who is interested in you that wants to start a family with you. That is all good intentions for your life or has good intentions for your life. You write stuff down, that's like writing history. Pay attention to the word you speak and the word you write because it becomes life. What are you willing to sacrifice to get yourself to where you need to be? To figure out and focus on what your purpose is. You want to know what your purpose is, right? You want the answer to that? This is how you find out what your purpose is. Meditate. Give yourself 5 minutes just to start off if you've never meditated before. Write it down. That is the key. The simple key. Everything will start unfolding for you if you only invest time in yourself. Can you dig it? Do you understand? And I'm talking to myself too, because I've written things down on my vision board, but have I looked at it? What do you want in life? What is it that you truly want in life? If you want to figure out what your true purpose is, start writing down what is my purpose? And then you'll start thinking about it for yourself. Like, what do I want to do? Let's just say if you want to be a business owner of a hotel or an ice cream shop. I don't know. We're just throwing these out as examples. You write down what it is that you want to do with this ice cream shop. How is it going to positively affect others? What is your end goal? Right? Where you want this place to be. Is it going to be a stand? Is it going to be a stall? Is it going to be seasonal? Is it going to be all year round? How is it going to affect the community in a positive way? That's what you're writing down for your vision board. You can look in magazines, see pictures of a house. Let's say if you want a house, you cut a picture out of a house that you want it to look like. Boom. Put that picture on a big oak tag piece of paper, tape it on there, hang your oak tag up once you're done filling up your vision board with whatever it is that you want in life, manifesting every single thing that you see. See, that's powerful. You have no idea. But if you think about 5 years ago, what you were exactly thinking, if you can remember 5 years ago, what you were exactly thinking, this is the result of what you were thinking today. That's the result. If you were thinking, oh, woe is me, nobody loves me, guess what? Today is coming true, right? If you were thinking, oh, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a star, and you're on your road to your first acting gig, that's what you were thinking some time ago. I'm not putting time on if it was 5, 10, 4, 3, 2 years. I'm not putting it on that because you could very well have been thinking about that a month ago. And now those doors have opened because that could be your purpose. Because when you do your purpose, you have no idea the people that you need to meet because your life needs to run into some people to give them inspiration no matter what. And are you willing to give good inspiration or bad? That choice is up to you. So, yes, that's what you're writing down. What is it that you want in life? Do you like yourself? If you don't like yourself, put down the things that you don't necessarily like about yourself and the opposite of what you want to see. Let's just say if you want straight teeth, you don't know how to get straight teeth, write on your vision board, I want straight teeth. Bam, a dentist that you never knew existed is going to come up. Somebody's going to come across one. You're going to see somebody that got their teeth done and they're going to give you the best referral of your life that's economical to you. And that's how you get your teeth done. Simple as that. But you have to be willing to recognize that that's what's happening. Because things happen every day. Exactly. It's the law of attraction. Things happen every day. Be careful of what you think. Be careful of what you speak because you're creating things every day. Be on purpose to have a good life, to be positive, to affect people in a positive way. Be on purpose with that and watch how many more doors will open up for you just because you are putting goodness into the world. Yesterday, I was talking about how if you take care of nature, it will take care of you, right? Everybody wants the summer, right? But what are we doing to promote the summer? Are we feeding our plants? Are we talking to our plants? Are we giving it bad air? Are we not recycling? Are we disposing of things? What are you doing? Oh, yes. Nature is living and breathing just like us. They just don't communicate like we do, but they still live and breathe. We learned that. All of us have learned that in grammar school. Oxygen, carbon dioxide. So once you know what your purpose is, you will be more than willing to help people because you're adequate. You feel good. You want to share that light. You want to share that with anybody. You want to be effective. You want people to experience life the way that you see it, even if it's only for a glimpse for them, because some people may not hang on to it forever, which is okay. But if they get a glimpse and that flicker is there, the light doesn't burn out until your last breath. And oh, when you take your last breath, Imagine if you get a preview of what you did not do, which could have made you better and happier. Do you want to chance that at your last breath? Do it now then. Take advantage of the time we have now. Do more for your community. Do more for yourself. Okay, fine. You don't want to do anything for your community. Okay. But what are you doing for yourself? Do you even give yourself that much value where you want to do for yourself? How many of you can actually look in the mirror and like what you see? I'm not talking about physical, just like what you see. I dare you. Turn off the distractions and really physically look at yourself and see, who is that person? Do I like what I see? Is the reflection something that I'm proud of? Is the reflection something that my family would be proud of? My parents, my children, my husband, my wife, my grandparents, the people who died for my freedom. Is that reflection worth looking at? If you don't know, or if it's not, then fix it. Start working on that. Start working on that. Be very, 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 can't think of the word right now, but just make sure you do, be very deliberate in being positive if you don't like what you see. Be deliberate. We are the difference. We are the difference every day. Because after this conversation that we are all having with each other, you know what they say, once you know something, that's when you'll be held accountable. You're going to be held accountable for your actions now. So I challenge and dare you, take advantage of the time now to do something better. Sacrifice, guys. What is life worth living if you don't truly fall in love with helping others and realizing that that's what ultimately we were made to do? There is power in your tongue, in your writing. So be very deliberate in knowing from this point on that what you do, what you think, what you speak is very powerful and in essence will come true. I'm learning this myself because, you know, I'm being honest, I had some pretty, negative thoughts about certain things earlier. And if I truly want to see change, I need to make a deliberate attempt and saying, this is what it's going to be, and that's it. I don't see how the road is going to take me. That's not my concern. But the end result is I know this is what I want, and I will get it. And I'm going to enjoy the ride in between and not worry about, well, it's not here yet. It's not here yet. I don't have it yet. It's never going to happen. No way. How many of us do that? That's right. You are absolutely right. And if I can't be that currency, and when you do, Shamrock, I want to see that. Oh, Tuncha. I'm sorry, I'm probably messing up your name, but you're right. I absolutely am very sincere when I say this, that I really truly love what I do here. I love meeting new people. Oh, to nacho. Okay. Sorry. I love what I do here. I love that you guys are serious about what we're talking about and that you're really thinking about it for yourselves because that's what it's all about. I don't need to have massive amounts of people at this point because you guys are going to take what you're learning and what I'm learning, and we're going to positively affect everybody else around us. That is how we are being the difference. That is how we are touching lives. That is how we are not allowing distractions of everyday life to pull us down. You know, when you're doing something that's right, it's going to get difficult and it happens, but you just have to hold on to that belief inside what the end result is going to be. Because when you know and finally see the end result, bam, you will never, ever regret not giving up. Trust and believe. That's right, step by step. Guys, again, my name is Joy, and this is Hello World. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, and sharing these videos because you never know who may be positively affected by our conversations. That's right. And people who feel sorry, they just don't know how to respond. That's all. That's right. You're surviving. We're all surviving every day. So you know what? Your story is going to help so many people. You have no idea. Don't worry about numbers because numbers don't really always come true, as you can see what happened tonight. It's the volume of effectiveness in one person. It's just think about it this way, our world leaders. If they didn't have whatever influence that they had when they were growing up, they probably wouldn't be where they are today. So imagine if your light can positively enhance someone else and they turn out to be something so powerful. You may not even know, but your mark will be there. And it's not always up to us to always know everything that we do that's good. Why? Because then we might get prideful and get a big head, right? But the point of the matter is, somebody is listening, somebody is being helped, someone is becoming the difference. Hey. So, are you guys willing to take the challenge to sacrifice? Shamrock, I know you are, and I'm very excited and proud of the step that you're going to take because it's not always easy to talk about your personal life. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the best, well dressed, well spoken, or anything. It's not easy to dig deep and tell people about your true feelings because we're not taught to talk about our true feelings and that being it a good thing. But I'm telling you right now, it is a good thing. Feel confident in knowing that when you give your story, you're freeing so many others and yourself. The best part, yourself. That's right. Hope is all we have. I got a tattoo that says hope. I'll show you one day. We must be deliberate in how we positively affect our surroundings. Do not allow distractions to bother you or off hinge you. Do not allow, no, I'm saying this, do not let it. Don't give it a foothold. And in religion, they say the devil is we can't give the devil any room. That's religion. It's the same thing. Do not let distractions get a little inch because it'll throw you off and it'll throw off everything that you're supposed to do and make it delay. What is life in delay? Frustration. We don't need to be frustrated anymore. We need to be free. We need to be living our lives the way it was intended to be. Drinking my alkaline water again. This will help mucus come out of my system. Suggest you guys also consider it. We all have mucus. We all need to get rid of mucus every day. Yes, it will be hard. And if you feel the need to, then that's your calling. That's your purpose to do it. Time. Shamrock. Time, girl. Don't let the time or the opportunity pass. Because once it's passed, it's gone. You can never take it back. You can probably do it in other ways, but it's not going to have the same effect as when you were supposed to do it. So don't delay. Free yourself and free whoever else needs to. Imagine if we were all a little bit more of an open book. How much people will be like, wow, I didn't know anyone else was going through the same thing I was going through. Because I guarantee you, there's plenty of people who are going through the same thing that you're going through, but are too afraid to say anything about it because they don't want to be the only one. But if one person stands up and says, you're not, I'm doing this, you are no longer the only one. What if we don't exist and we just are simulation made? Won't know, night. I don't know if you're being serious or if you think that we're all robots or not. I'm not a robot. I know I'm not. There ain't nobody pulling my strings at this point. I already cut all of the distractions out. So if you're not being serious, I don't know what else to say. But if you are, hey, that's another perspective. We all have the freedom of speech. I'm not going to deny that from anybody. But remember, you don't want to look uneducated in the eyes of anyone, right? So, we all have to think twice before we speak. Plain and simple. Because people will remember you for that. We may never meet again. But don't let your legacy be something that was just like, oh, yeah, I remember that person I remember that. Oh, yeah, that was just that. You want it to be like, yo, I remember them. This is how they did for me. This is what they did for me. I want you to remember them for that too. You want a crowd of people that are just going to absolutely say how much your life was so meaningful versus, oh, yeah, I knew them. And nobody cares. Because I guarantee you, if any of us feel like no one cares, how does that make you feel? Lower than low. Not very good, right? So think about it. Before we speak, just think. Before we do, just think. How is this going to affect someone else? Is it going to hurt? Is it going to make better? Or is it going to harm? Is it going to, in the end, make me look stupid? And do I want people to remember me for being an idiot? Does anybody want that? Ultimately, no. That's right. That's right. It's like pruning a tree. And dead weight, how heavy that is, right? Once you cut that off, boom, everything is light again. I'm going to get a little graphic, but like when your tummy starts to bubble up, how heavy you feel. But then when you let that load out, how light you feel, and you're ready to fill your stomach back up again. That's what dead weight is. And that's what weight that we're not supposed to be carrying is right at this very moment, because we all carry things sometimes that we don't necessarily need to be carrying anymore. Cut that out of your life and you'll be able to live differently. You'll be able to move differently. You'll be able to be more effective in a different way, hopefully in a better way. You want to be elevated, not declining. You don't want to be something that is stepped over or looked over. Think about it. Tunacho said something very important. The power of attraction. That is the basic laws of attraction. If you guys don't know what the laws of attraction is, Google it. Be effective. Be deliberately effective. Because from this day forward, we are the difference, right? We're not going to be anything. We are. We are speaking things into existence, right? Shamrock, no matter what story you tell us, not what story, but no matter how your story comes out, you understand what I'm trying to say. The effectiveness of your story is going to be so powerful, profound, and necessary and freeing for you and for a whole lot of other people. You may not necessarily see it now, or you may, but just know that it's going to be the difference for someone else. We don't all struggle differently. We all go through the same things in different ways. We all hurt, right? We all need to stop hurting. We all need a shoulder to cry on. We all need love. We all need help. We all need each other. So be deliberate, be sacrificial, leave a legacy worth talking about, a legacy that will change the entire generation to come. Be the difference, no matter what. We are all powerful in our own rights. Once we start really working and operating in the purpose that our God given purpose, watch and see how much better the world is going to continuously get and be. Because the world is getting better. I know it. Can't nobody tell me different. You can try, but am I going to believe it? No, because I already know we are the difference. Guys, I'm so thankful for all of you that came. Even for people who tried to distract me, I'm thankful for them too, because I hope that they play back some of what we were talking about and learn something. I hope that maybe it'll make people think twice about speaking to be funny versus speaking to be deliberate and positive and purposeful. They do. They do. Your heart is telling you. I absolutely am thankful for the time that you guys spent with me, because you could have been doing something else. You could have been watching TV, going out on a date, or getting ready for a date. You could have been doing anything else, but you decided to spend a little bit of your time with me. I'm here on Hello World every single night between 7 and 9 is when I go on. I have been here on 65 episodes. And that means that's been 65 days since I've turned on the TV deliberately because I feel it more necessary, more fun to be here with you guys. And I absolutely mean that. I absolutely enjoy it. I absolutely learn so much from what we converse about and sometimes from what I say. So even if people may not understand what I'm saying, when I play it back, I'm like, dang, that was deep. Sometimes I'm like, dang, that was real deep. Where did that come from? Get to know Be the Difference, the brand. Go in the description below. Hit the shop my merch. Tell people about the company. Even if you don't buy anything, maybe you'll be inspired more. And just know that Be the Difference deliberately tries to do things to inspire people. I, Joy, try my best to do stuff to inspire people, including myself. If I'm not whole, how can I help anyone else? So consider today, if you've never done a vision board, the day that you do one, you manifest what you write, what you speak, what you think. Meditate some time. Take some time alone for yourself. Get to know who you are if you don't know who you are. It's okay. No one ever teaches us, oh, this is the ways to becoming whole. When does anybody ever teach us that? On purpose, because they want to see us better. When? But we're teaching each other by just being humans on one accord. So I hope that you take what we talked about seriously and really apply it to your life, because that's what Hello World is all about. We chat about everything and anything, but more so, we take what we chat about and put it to action. Because what's the purpose? I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to I'm here for us to continue to change for the better. Told you I'm not gonna say going to anymore. We are. So check me out tomorrow evening. I should be on between 7 and 9. I thank you guys for your time. Once again, I love you. I appreciate everything that you guys have done. Um, whether the chat was crazy like what it was before, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, we are going to be in a better place. We are in a better place. I thank you guys again. Have a good one.